The man lifted his lunch tray, it instantly turned into a briefcase. Then he tapped his left foot against his right, and in a flash, became a sharp-looking bank employee. He entered the parking lot and, while the janitor wasn't looking, tossed his shirt and tie into a trash bin, then slipped into the bank's security control room. There, he quickly snapped a photo of one of the guards. Using that guard's name, he told the front security team there was a troublemaker outside. The guard tried to stop him, but the man slapped on a plastic zip tie, locking his hands. When the rail security team showed up, they saw a mentally unstable sticker on the guard's wrist and kicked him out, thinking he was the threat. The man then hacked into the bank's security system. Meanwhile, the man in the cap pretended to have an allergy attack. As a guard escorted him to rest, a woman placed a hairpin on her shoulder. The man behind her grabbed it and crawled under the equipment. He used the pin to unscrew a panel, open the protective case, and remove a data chip worth millions. Then, he stuck the chip to the back of a playing card, resealed the panel, and calmly returned to the lobby. But the bank manager noticed something was off and ordered a full-body search. The man moved with expert precision, always staying one step ahead of the guard's eyes. When they searched his lower body, he flipped the card into his mouth, held it with his arm, and just as they were about to go further, he flicked the card behind him. A guy with glasses caught it and slipped it into his sleeve. Then, raising his arm on purpose, he let the card slide down his shirt, hidden by muscle control. He flexed again, guiding the card down his leg. The woman walked by, stuck the card to the bottom of her shoe, then pretended to trip and fell onto the guard. While distracting him, she pulled the card from her shoe. As he started checking her, she hid the card in her hair, then slipped it into her bra. When the guard reached too far, she pushed him away and quickly hid the card again with a clever move. Then, while the guard turned his head, she tapped him on the back and secretly clipped the card to his belt. Later, the man in the cap retrieved it and calmly held it in his palm. He pulled on a rubber band while the team stretched out their arms. The man with glasses yanked the rubber band, snapping the card back into his hand. The guard noticed and rushed over to search him again, but found nothing. Why? Because the card was the same color as his clothes. Now it was time to leave, but they had to pass through a metal detector. The man flicked the card with force, and the woman used that momentum to hide the card inside another teammate's hat. As the rest of the group passed through the scanner, the man in the cap quietly pulled out the card. Just then, the first man distracted security by asking about his lost wallet. At that same moment, the guy with glasses made a noise to draw attention, while the man in the cap pretended to tie his shoes and toss the card. When the wallet set off the metal detector, the woman caught the card with her coat. The guards focused on the wallet, never realizing that the multi-million-dollar data chip had just left the building, hidden in plain sight.